Welcome to the History Stories podcast.
Great to be diving into another one.
Today, we're embarking on what we're calling a historic road trip. We're exploring one of history's most, captivating and baffling mysteries, the disappearance of the Amber Room.
Ah, yes, the Amber Room. It really is like a glittering ghost story, isn't it? Woven right out of history.
Exactly. And you send over this fascinating stack of history books and uncovered sources that detail this incredible tale.
Mm-hmm.
So, our mission on this road trip, basically to unpack the key events, try to understand why this lost treasure still fascinates us so much.
It really does fascinate people.
And really dig into the main theories about, where it went, its vanishing act.
It's fascinating from the get-go, I think. Just the sheer scale of it. You hear about lost artifacts, maybe, I don't know, a hoard of coins,
Sure.
but a whole room, something so massive, so intricate. Just poof, gone. It grabs your imagination.
It really does. And it wasn't just, any room. Can you imagine walls that basically glowed? 6 tons of amber.
6 tons, it's hard to even picture.
Adorned with gold leaf. These incredibly detailed mosaics. Some called it the 8th wonder of the world.
And for good reason. A Baroque masterpiece commissioned way back early 1700s.
Right. Then gifted to Tsar Peter the Great in 1716. And for over 2 centuries, it was the showpiece in the Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg. A symbol of, imperial power.
Until autumn 1941, the Nazi invasion is tearing through the Eastern Front.
And suddenly, this incredible treasure just vanishes. So the big question, the one driving this whole road trip, is really, what on earth happened?
Okay, let's set that scene. Autumn 41, Operation Barbarossa is raging. German forces are pushing, getting closer and closer to Leningrad.
And the Catherine Palace at Tsarskoye Selo, this place you mentioned, this symbol of Tsarist Russia.
It's right in the path of the invasion, so you've got these Soviet curators, understandably panicking, trying desperately to save their cultural heritage.
While the Nazis are advancing. And they had specific orders, didn't they? This Kunschutz thing.
Exactly. Kunstschutz. Officially about protecting cultural property, but in practice, well, it often meant systematic looting, seizing artifacts in occupied lands.
And the Soviets, in all that panic, they tried to hide this amazing room. How did they put it in the sources? Wallpaper.
Yeah, it sounds almost, darkly funny now, doesn't it? They tried to hide these incredibly valuable but also very brittle amber panels by just sticking wallpaper over them.
Wallpaper. Over 6 tons of amber and gold.
It really tells you how desperate things were. And maybe they didn't grasp how methodical the Nazis were about this stuff. Predictably, it didn't work.
No kidding. Hard to imagine that fooling anyone for long. And this is where it gets really dramatic. The Nazis arrive, find it almost immediately.
And within just 36 hours, they haven't just found it, they've dismantled the entire thing meticulously.
36 hours. To take apart a whole room like that?
Yeah.
In a war zone? That's astonishingly fast. What does that tell us?
It tells you this was a huge priority, not just random soldiers grabbing stuff. This was organized. Probably involved art experts who knew exactly how to handle those fragile panels.
And then they packed it all up. Into how many crates was it?
27 crates. That number keeps coming out.
Right, 27 crates. And shipped off to Königsberg Castle, East Prussia, which is Leningrad now.
And they didn't just stash it away. They actually partially reassembled it, put it on display in the Königsberg Castle Museum from early 1942.
Seriously. On display. Who was in charge of that?
A Dr. Alfred Rode, he was the museum director there, and crucially, a known amber expert.
Wow. So displaying it was
Right.
propaganda.
Absolutely. Potent propaganda, showing off this massive Russian treasure as a war trophy. It screamed dominance, cultural superiority, a very public statement.
Okay, so people knew it was in Königsberg.
Yeah.
But then the tide of the war turns.
Right. Things get very dangerous for Königsberg. Late 1944, early 1945. The Soviets are advancing on the ground. Allied bombs are falling from the sky.
And that's when the trail gets murky. The last confirmed sightings of those 27 crates are around then.
Exactly. And then, April 1945, massive Allied bombing raids. Königsberg is practically flattened, the castle included.
And that's the core of the mystery, isn't it? That moment of destruction.
It's the pivotal point. Where did those crates go during that chaos? Were they still in the castle when the bombs hit, moved out just before? Nobody knows for sure.
Did it just burn? Amber is flammable, right? Gold melts.
It's certainly possible, crushed under the rubble. Or, and this is the really tantalizing idea, was it secretly moved before the castle was destroyed?
That feeling of something so solid, so significant, just evaporating in the fog of war. It's eerie.
The ultimate historical vanishing act. And like we said, it's not just about a pretty object disappearing.
Right. Its significance. why it matters so much then and why we're still talking about it?
Initially, it was a symbol of, diplomacy, a big gift between Prussia and Russia. Then it became all about czarist wealth, imperial grandeur.
And just the sheer artistry, unique, priceless, really. People throw around figures hundreds of millions today, but culturally, you can't put a number on it.
Impossible. And we have to remember the Nazi ideology behind the looting. It wasn't just greed. It was about reclaiming so-called Germanic art, stripping other cultures of their heritage.
Even though Russia had owned it for centuries.
Their logic was twisted. And the backdrop, the Eastern Front, just unimaginable chaos. Things disappearing, people disappearing. It was tragically common.
So the Soviets were, understandably, furious about the theft. Recovering it became a major goal after the war.
A huge point of national pride for them. Meanwhile, the Allies had bigger fish to fry, strategically speaking. One room, even that room, wasn't top priority mid-conflict.
And almost as soon as it vanished from Königsberg, the rumors started flying.
Oh yeah, legends, conspiracy theories. The lack of hard facts just created this vacuum and speculation rushed in.
The Soviet investigations tried hard, though. They really wanted it back.
They did. And then there's the odd business with Dr. Rode, the amber expert. He died in Soviet custody December 1945. The circumstances are unclear.
That adds another layer, doesn't it? What did he know? Did he tell the Soviets anything before he died, or did he take the secret with him?
More unanswered questions. Was it just post-war chaos or something more specific to the Amber Room? His knowledge makes him a key figure, no doubt.
So here we are today. It's the holy grail of lost art, a symbol of WWII's cultural description, and this endless source of treasure hunting stories.
It just refuses to go away. It taps into that human fascination with unsolved mysteries, doesn't it? Especially ones involving treasure, war, and secrets.
Okay, let's steer this historic road trip towards the theories. Where did the bling actually go? Theory 1. Destroyed in Königsberg.
This is the straightforward one. The crates were still in the castle basement during the bombing and the final battle. Amber burns, gold melts. It was just obliterated in the firestorm.
A lot of historians lean this way, right, citing how utterly destroyed the city and castle were. And some Soviet reports mentioned finding charred museum bits.
It's logical. Perhaps the least exciting conclusion, but very possible given the inferno Königsberg became.
But it's not rock solid, is it? There were those eyewitness accounts conflicting, sure, but some said crates were moved out before the worst of it.
Right. And they never found substantial, identifiable amber room fragments in the rubble afterwards. That lack of physical proof keeps the door open for other ideas.
It does. So, theory 2. Hidden somewhere. Classic treasure hunt stuff. Nazis evacuated the 27 crates just in time, hid them. Underground bunkers, maybe. Remote castles. Mines.
Even underwater, some theories suggest. Like in a lake or flooded mine. This gets the narrative of Nazis trying to hide looted valuables as the Allies closed in.
And people point to, what, anecdotal stories? Vague documents. Geography like mountains with known tunnel systems.
Exactly. Lots of suggestive hints. But the problem is, no smoking gun. Decades of searching, using sophisticated tech even. Nothing definitive from those 27 crates has ever turned up in any supposed hiding spot.
Finding one specific cache in, say, the Ore Mountains or some forgotten castle cellar, it's like finding a needle in a continent-sized haystack.
Immense challenge. Lots of false leads over the years, fueled by hope, more than hard evidence.
Okay, theory 3 takes us out to sea, sunk at sea. The idea is if crates got loaded onto a ship escaping East Prussia in those chaotic last months, maybe the Wilhelm Gustloff, and now it's on the Baltic seabed.
The Gustloff is often mentioned. It sank in the right time frame, huge tragedy. It makes for a dramatic story.
But is there any actual proof it was on the Gustloff or any other specific ship?
No. No shipping manifests list it. Nothing found in dives on the Gustloff wreck or other known wrecks from that period matches those crates or contains identifiable amber panels.
And you have to wonder, logistically, would they really load 27 heavy, bulky crates onto a ship like the Gustloff, which was already packed way beyond capacity with refugees and wounded?
Seems unlikely, doesn't it? Maybe another vessel, but again, pure speculation without any evidence. The Baltic is big, and finding specific crates down there, very tough.
Right. Theory 4 gets a bit cloak and dagger. Secretly recovered and hidden. Soviets found it, maybe even the Western Allies, but kept it quiet. Political reasons, Cold War games, rogue agents, that kind of thing.
This one pops up in conspiracy circles, but honestly, It feels highly improbable. The Soviets desperately wanted it back. The propaganda coup of announcing its recovery would have been massive.
But they wouldn't have just hidden it away.
Why would they? It makes little sense politically or culturally. There's zero credible evidence for this. It's pure suspicion based on general Cold War secrecy.
Okay, last main theory, number 5. Broken up and dispersed. Maybe the room wasn't kept together in those crates. Maybe it was broken down further. Individual pieces, looted by soldiers, sold off bit by bit on the black market after the war, now scattered in private collections.
Now this one actually has some concrete evidence behind it, which makes it really interesting.
You mean those pieces that turned up relatively recently?
Exactly. That original Florentine stone mosaic panel found in Bremen in 1997, and then an original commode, part of the room's furniture, surfaced in 2000. Both were eventually returned to Russia.
Wow. So that proves parts did survive and get scattered.
It proves it conclusively. Smaller, perhaps more portable elements definitely got dispersed. It supports the idea that the black market played a role.
But what about the main amber channels, the big sections? Could they really have been broken up and sold off without more pieces surfacing over, 80 years? They're pretty recognizable.
That's the counter-argument. It seems plausible for smaller mosaics or furniture, less so for the huge, unique amber wall panels themselves. But it does leave us with this unsettling idea.
That the amber room might still exist, but in fragments. Hidden in plain sight in private homes, maybe.
Possibly. Pieces whose owners might not even know their true origin or significance. A sobering thought.
It really is. But the search, it continues, doesn't it, in different ways. And the legacy, it's almost as fascinating as the mystery itself. Decades of hunting by governments, individuals.
Treasure hunters, historians, everyone drawn to the allure of this ultimate lost treasure.
And you mentioned the amber room curse earlier. That adds a spooky element.
It does. This legend that bad luck follows anyone who finds parts of it or gets too close. Of course, treasure hunting can be a dangerous business anyway.
True. But Rhodes' death in custody certainly feeds into that myth.
It adds to the mystique. But maybe the most tangible part of the legacy is the reconstruction.
Oh, absolutely. The replica in the Catherine Palace now. That was a huge project. Took decades, right? 1979 to 2003.
A massive effort, and significantly funded by German contributions, interestingly enough. A real symbol of reconciliation.
When was it unveiled? 2003. With Putin and Schroeder.
That's right, a very symbolic moment. And seeing it, it gives you a powerful sense of what was lost, the sheer magnificence of the original. It underscores the cultural cost of the war.
And it's everywhere in pop culture, isn't it? Novels, documentaries, games. The go-to lost Nazi treasure.
It's become shorthand for ultimate mystery and priceless value. It still comes up, and Riso German talks about art restitution too. And every few years, some news story pops up about a promising new lead.
Keeps the hope alive, I suppose. Let's hit some of those deep cuts, the interesting details. We said 6 tons of amber.
Over 6 tons. Designed mostly by Andreas Schluter, a German sculptor, and Gottfried Wolfram, a Danish amber craftsman, though it was tweaked over the years.
And that weird exchange. Prussia gives the room, Russia gives tall soldiers.
Yeah. Peter the Great sent back 55 really tall guys for the King of Prussia's special Potsdam Giants Regiment. Art for soldiers. A very 18th century deal.
Bizarre. And we talked about the failed wallpaper disguise.
Almost comical, if it weren't so tragic.
I'm Dr. Rode, amber expert in Königsberg.
Yeah.
His knowledge, his mysterious death. He's such a pivotal figure.
Absolutely. Did he help hide it? Did he know where it went? We'll likely never know for sure.
The number 27. The crates. Always comes back to that. Any theory has to explain what happened to those 27 crates.
It's the physical reality you have to account for. And those recovered pieces, the mosaic, the commode, they're vital proof that something survived and got out.
I read Stalin himself was obsessed with getting it back. Set up special commissions just for the amber room search.
Shows how important it was politically and symbolically to the Soviets.
And its last known location inside the castle. The Blood Correct. The Blood Court Cellar. Sounds ominous.
A fittingly dramatic name for the last known whereabouts of such a legendary lost treasure.
So here we are at the end of our historic raid trip into the Amber Room Enigma. A dazzling masterpiece, vanished in the smoke of war, leaving decades of questions.
We've got the plausible destruction in Königsberg. Maybe less satisfying, but logical, than the tantalizing ideas. Hidden bunkers, sunken ships.
Even that Cold War secret theory.
Yeah.
It really remains one of history's great unsolved cases. Compelling stuff.
And the reconstructed room stands there now in the Catherine Palace. A stunning reminder of what was lost, but also a testament to memory and, well, rebuilding.
Makes you think, what is it about this story that grips us? Is it just the money, the value?
Or the drama of its disappearance, World War II, Nazis, secrets. It's got all the elements.
Or maybe it's just that human need to solve puzzles, to find what's lost, especially something lost in such terrible circumstances.
It's probably a mix of all those things, isn't it? The value, the history, the mystery itself.
Definitely questions to ponder. We really encourage everyone listening to dig deeper themselves, explore those history books and sources we talked about. Maybe you'll see something new.
Absolutely. Share your theories too. The hunt for the Amber Room, in a way, it really does continue in our collective imagination.